It is day 5 of the Mandolin Players Holiday Challenge, and remember, I want you to impress your family and friends with some mandolin music during the holidays. I want you to share the joy of music with your loved ones. If you made it this far, you're doing a really good job. I'm really proud of you. And if you're entering the challenge today, I do actually want you to go back to the day 1 of the training, because there's a like natural starting point for completing this challenge. Also head to my website. You can sign up for the challenge. You get the workbook and all the information about the lessons. It's at my website. It's mandolinsecrets.com/holiday. So far in the challenge, on day 1 playing songs, on day 2 adding double stops, day 3 groove and rhythm, day 4 arrange like the pros, and day 5 create quality videos. That's where we are today. I have some really good hands-on tips to share around this. Even if you've been creating videos before, I think this will be really helpful for you. And if you've never done a mandolin video yourself, I think this can really get you started. First, we may want to answer the question, why make videos? And first of all, I think it's a really fun thing to do, creative process, recording a video, and it's really also makes our progress move faster and better by doing it. And then the fact that we actually have something that we can share with our family and friends. But let's face it, we're not around everyone so we can play them something, but recording a video that we're able to share with them is a really good Christmas and holiday gift, I would say. And not only that, I would also be very glad to see what you can create if you want to share it with me and all the challenge participants inside our Facebook group. I have announced this before that we're not going to use any fancy equipment. We're going to use a simple smartphone, or you can even use like a tablet or a laptop, for example. Well, any device that have a built-in camera will work for the training that we will do today. My first advice around creating quality videos would be about lighting. Getting proper lights is really important for the quality of the video. A general rule of thumb is that we want to have good, clear lighting coming like in front of you or from one side, making you and your mandolin really visible. And the background, however, could be slightly darker. So, and as we're not, I'm in my studio here. I have a couple of lights lighting up the entire room, basically, in a good way. But we are going to use like ordinary daylight, and a very good place is to just step up in front of a window. You get the best light possible. And even also a good thing is if you can make sure that there are not too many lights or even like open windows behind you, because that will maybe sometimes what we call burn out the image. So just sitting next to a window will give you good daylight and will work perfectly for the purpose. In this video, I will also give you a few examples so you'll see clearly what I mean with this. The second parameter to pay attention to is the perspective. The perspective will be depending on actually where you put the camera. One thing that I see that is very common is that people putting their like camera, well, just resting it on the table, but it gives a really like bad perspective. Maybe you can see now it's just coming from under here, and well, we can change the perspective only by raising the camera. If it up here, well, it will be from above sort of. But as a general rule of thumb, you want to put the in the eyes of the viewer sort of. And in reality, it's what it's like for me. I normally put the camera in the eyes, in the height of my own eyes. Just like I'm doing right here, it gives a good perspective like this. And another common thing about perspective is, personally, I like better seeing a musician than an instrument. And a lot of players just focus on their showing their mandolin and the hands. But now that we want to send a greeting like this, I think it's much better to actually show you and the person presenting the music. Well, I already told you, but I think a mandolin player is more interesting than a mandolin, really. So that's my general advice. Put the camera in the height of your eyes, so and also so that you can see both maybe a little bit of your facial expression and a little bit of your mandolin. And talking about this thing about resting your phone on your table, resting it towards a coffee mug or something like that, well, that gives a strange perspective. Here's actually one gear that I would recommend. That is a little like table tripod like this. So here you can actually easily fit your smartphone, and it's much more easy to get a good perspective. You can put it on a table, on a chair, or anything like this. And there are different kinds of stands like this. I'm pretty sure you can find it with a Google search. But the idea is just clip on your smartphone like this, and you can even tilt it to get it in different, if it's like portrait or landscape mode, sort of. And since this is really small, I can't really adjust it in height very much. So one thing that I like to do when I'm using this, you can just take a little box, like a shoe box or anything like this, put it, or a few books, I mean, to actually get the right level for you depending on the situation. So that's something I would recommend. Also, about talking about gear and all that, I have an iPhone 8, so pretty old smartphone. So you will get, there are a lot of better like gear out there today, better smartphones. However, I think it's not about the gear that much, but these other things is more important than having the newest smartphone with the highest amount of megapixel and all that. No, these are like general things that is more important. And the third thing would be location. With location, I don't mean to go outside finding the most pretty forest, lake, or anything like that. Well, of course, feel free. It's, after all, it's the holiday challenge, right? But I'm actually talking finding the right location inside your apartment, inside your home, your house. So, and personally, I don't like when you're in a room that is full of clutter and things like that. I like pretty clean looks. So if you could maybe find a space where it's actually looks quite nice and tidy, or maybe even you want it for the actual for your shooting, maybe clean up your scenery a little bit. And also, I'm going to give you a few examples when I'm in a few different rooms, so you can see what I mean here. Be creative with this. Find a good spot that's sort of well, suits the music that you're about to do, and finding a good location. And of course, this idea of being in front of a window might also steer you towards a specific room or a specific angle or something like that. But I'm going to give you a few examples when I'm actually like looking for a location inside my studio space. I'm going to go to the kitchen, then into the living room. I'm going to let you know what it's look like. And as the creative part of shooting videos, you can even change the location or the room slightly only for the shoot. That's my experience. If you want to make it look, well, you're putting a little bit of effort in, and it would also pay off in the video itself. For example, I did put up like a Christmas star here, right? Puts a little Christmas holiday vibe to the entire video. Simple thing, but worth playing around with. Follow me when I go with my camera and my mandolin to find a good location in my studio space. So here I am in the kitchen of my studio. You can see right here, it's a really comfortable place to sit and write my mandolin arrangement, but not a very good place to actually record it. So here is the typical mandolin clip view. Someone putting the phone on the table to make everything fit in there, and it looks like this. And when you get close, and you can maybe even hear that the refrigerator is humming here. And I would say like 4 meters away from the window, making the exposure a little bit, well, not too good, but yeah, something like this. Yeah, we are used to seeing clips like this, and basically you can see that the person made the video didn't put any efforts to actually setting up or arranging for a good shoot, video shoot. I'm gonna take you to another room and show you how I wanna do it. Here I am in what I would call the living room of my studio. And I'm going to use this basic principle, as I told you, to sit in front of the window. There's actually a window right here, but you can also see when there's a window behind me, it's sort of, we say that it's burning out from the light from those windows. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit in front of that window, put the camera in the window, sort of where the flower is, pointing towards this direction of the room. So it's going to be darker in the room, and I'm going to be bright and look good. One thing to also pay attention to when we are filming with the smartphone, like I'm doing here, the audio quality gets really poor when I'm further away from the camera like this, especially when talking. You see, it's very different from when I'm in the studio. However, I think when playing an instrument, it's actually nice to get a little bit, to hear a little bit of the room. So we don't have to be too afraid of that. And putting ourselves in a good distance from the phone will also make the sound work pretty good. But yeah, so let me just move that sofa, put a chair in front of that. I'm gonna put our little camera tripod in that window. You'll see what it looks like. To be honest, it's the first time ever I will shoot a video from that angle of this room. What I can see already now that it's a little bit below. If we're using this rule of thumb, putting the camera in the height of my eyes, I want to get it up slightly, getting a little box to put on under this camera. I think something like this looks really nice. We got the light, bright light, daylight coming in from the window. We do got the background is a little bit darker. You can see the camera is in the level of my eyes. You can see my face. You can see the mandolin. So pretty good. To put a like finishing touch to it, maybe I would put something like Christmas vibey in the back here. So maybe a little star around here, some candles or something like that. Let me see what I can find. Yeah, there's a small star in the corner now. Maybe not giving that too much vibe to it, but a little bit at least. You also might wonder, why do I actually see parts of the window here? Because I actually framed it so I crop away a little bit of my computer and all the stuff there. I like this clean look without too much clutter, but of course it's a preference. But I mean, in the best of worlds, I would light a fire there, record my performance right here. But for now, I think this is all good. Yeah, there you got it. And now quickly take a look of the first video. Here's how it looks. And the second video looking like this. You can see that paying attention to lighting, perspective, and location can actually make a really big difference. 3 fundamental things that will make a big difference in the quality of your videos. A few more things that can help you create quality videos. First thing is push record on your phone, then let the camera roll. You want to take probably multiple takes of your song. But just let the camera roll, and then afterwards you will trim the video to actually cut out the take that you like the best. Maybe you're playing through the song 3-4 times. Also, for now, I think you want to skip fancy text overlay and edit effects. Make it simple and authentic. That's how your family and friends will like it the best. And don't forget that you are invited to Mandolin Secrets Academy. There's a whole repertoire section waiting with a variety of genres. It's bluegrass, old time, jazz and swing, Celtic, Nordic folk, classical, holiday music, and much more. Also, we got the step-by-step courses, 25 to 30 video lessons in each course. It's the Mandolin Foundation course, showing you the fundamental basics. It's the Mandolin cross-picking course, helping you spice up both your lead and rhythm playing. It's the Jazz Comping Guide, all about chords and rhythm. It's the Jazz Soloing Guide, all about melodies and improvisation. There is our lovely community. And we have our monthly member Q&A call, where you can ask your questions and get a professional musician and teacher answering your questions. Mandolin Secrets Academy is your chance to master the mandolin with on-demand lessons and personal support. The price of this service is a subscription fee of $25 a month, but right now we have a special 20% off. It's our holiday special offering you a quarterly plan. You find more information and can sign up at my website. It's mandolinsecrets.com/academy. The best of all, when you go to the link below, you can find the information you need to get started with instant access today. If you want to become a member of Mandolin Secrets Academy, you will also get value in all of the following ways. Step-by-step courses, the 10-minute challenges, the repertoire with complete tutorials to 70 plus tunes, the monthly live video hangouts or Q&A calls. You get personal feedback from pro instructors inside our community and through the Q&A call. Our community forum. The Academy is a premium experience of our YouTube channel, offering sheet music, tabs and audio tracks for every lessons available at our YouTube channel. There are a couple of ebooks, the Nordic folk ebook, the Jazz Mandolin Licks and Techniques. There are technique exercises, fretboard etudes, Tiny More Licks series and much more. Again, 20% off with our holiday special, the quarterly plan. I also put a link to the website in the description of the video. Alright my friend, you've done an amazing job during the 5-day challenge. Please share your work with us. We will be very happy to see what you come up with. And well, if nothing else, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New